And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be carrying on the 6.0 story of Final Fantasy XIV. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So we are here in Charlian at 9:11, and we need to talk to the innkeeper. So the quest is called Onto the Heavens. So OT is ready to send you off with a smile. I suppose that this is where we part ways, for now at least. Would that I have had sage words of wisdom to share ere you depart, mayhap the teachings of Galful Baldassian will suffice. Surrender not to anger or hatred, he said. Look beyond them, and there find true strength. What one sees beyond is open to interpretation, I think. But for me, it would be the things I cherish most in life, things I believe are worth fighting for. Something to consider as you venture onto the Sea of Stars. Cool. Alright, so let's go there finally to the airship. Alright, so we've made it, and everyone is here to see us off. Let's talk to Fulgenal.
All present and accounted for? Good. As you will have heard, the Ark is ready. All that remains is to board and be on your way.
I've seen my fair share of tight schedules, but this was bloody murder. But we did it. We finished the ship. It's safe, fit for purpose, and looks good to boot. Aye, it's a garland through and through.
I really don't know what we'd do without you. Thank you for everything.
Well, the work was hard, but we've learned a lot from it. After all, it's not every day you get tasked with building a starfaring vessel. In case you're wondering about payment, the ongoing existence of the world ought to do. But feel free to throw in a colorful recounting of your journey on your return. So, have you thought of a name?
A name? Wasn't everyone just calling it Father's teeny tiny toy boat?
Well, seeing as its purpose has changed, I thought a more eloquent name was in order. I suggested as much to Fortuno, who seemed quite amenable to the idea.
As you know, this vessel is the culmination of heretofore unprecedented collaboration.
They're going to call it Heidelin, aren't they?
And though said collaboration is owed to the Scions, there is another whose noble deeds made our work possible. From a fragment of Dalamud, we obtained not only advanced materials such as refined adamantite, but the knowledge to traverse the stars. And this fragment would not have found its way to us had the Archon Louisois not fought to protect this world. And in so doing, laid down his life.
I guess I was wrong.
Now that the vessel stands complete, I cannot help but wonder if it was more than mere happenstance. If it was my father's intention to guide us here. In the hopes that his guidance will see you all safely home, I name the vessel after that self-same fragment of Dalamud he delivered unto us. The starship Ragnarok.
Sorry for the wait. I got everyone you asked for, and not a one less.
What are you all doing here?
Oh, I invited them. The representatives of those tribes with religious inclinations. You've done a fine job of readying the Ragnarok, but for it to take flight, we'll of course need the power of the Mother Crystal. Given its immense size, however, transporting it would be an absolute logistical nightmare, not to mention we'd need to shatter it into tiny shards for feeding to the engines. But a brilliant idea came to me. We convert the crystal's energy into forms that can transport themselves!
Thou wouldst employ summoning, or should I say its precursor, creation magics.
Care to explain for our benefit?
As you may have witnessed at Bestway's Burrow, the Loporrits are capable of creation magics, which they use to shape the moon's environment. Yet simple though they make it seem, 'tis a highly advanced and exacting art. To perform it correctly requireth that the wielder holdeth the object in his mind's eye in clearest detail.
Hence the ancients' meticulous management of concepts.
Drawing upon this art, the Ascians conceived of summoning as we know it. A derivative that replaceth the complexity of concepts with the simplicity of zealotry to make manifest a creation.
I see. By combining the Loporrit's magics and the tribe's faith, we convert the Mother Crystal into primals of purer form and greater obedience. Summoning as it was intended, one might say.
Indeed! Indeed! While Hydaelyn gave us the ability to use creation magics, she forbade us from using it to make anything possessed of a soul, or similar. She didn't say anything about fulfilling the desires of others, though. So, borrowing our friend's faith, we'll create deities using the Mother Crystal's power and send them to the Ragnarok!
Am I the only one here concerned about the risk of being turned into a tempered minion?
Oh, right, I was getting to that. From what I've read in Sharlayan tomes, it appears the Ascians incorporated an additional nasty element into their summoning method. The fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief. Beings thus created are instilled with the self-same desire and use their powers to enthrall people, starting with the summoner. In contrast, our creation magics, the original and the best, except no substitutes, don't incorporate any of that rubbish, so there's no risk of tempering. I mean, if the being was on the scale of Zodiac, you might feel a little tug, but I think we'll be safe enough.
Truth be told, I do not understand the intricacies of this plan. But none of us would ever turn our backs on you. When the avatars of our faith ran amok, you intervened without decrying we who birthed them. Where others vilified and suppressed us, you offered understanding and friendship. In gratitude, we will share with you the true expressions of our gods. Not malevolent deities, but benevolent saviors.
Alright, you lot, we're heading to the ethereal sea. Stay in sight, else you're liable to get lost.
Lead the way.
Yay. Yep, I'm still here.
May we have a moment? In anticipation of the day man might journey to the stars, we developed these.
Portable teleportation devices. One for each of you, designed to work in tandem. Press the button on one, and in a matter of moments, all 8 will activate and send their owners back to the Ragnarok. There is no telling what hazards you may encounter. If you find yourself separated or lost, please do not hesitate to use them. Be safe, all of you, and come back.
You as well. I pray you take care.
Looks like everything is in order, so I'll go ahead and board. A few of my fellows will remain to assist with the summonings, but rest assured, the vessel won't want for competent crewing.
If you are ready, then you should board as well. Go, and Godspeed.
So let's go. If you come this way, I will direct you to the bridge. On boarding Ragnarok, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these cutscenes in their entirety. Sure.
Welcome to the bridge, everyone! I hope you have everything, because I can't be bothered turning back.
Sounds like me.
Right then, make yourselves comfortable. We're setting off in just a moment.
It's incredible.
This is Fortuno. Can you hear me? The preparations for the summonings are complete. In accordance with the 14th phase of the plan, we have moved the Ragnarok to the launch site. The gates are open. You may depart when ready.
So, are we ready?
Yeah.
As ready as we'll ever be. Let's get going.
Whatever, man.
Oh, come on. The burnt out star's got more fire in its belly. Try it again, with feeling.
Issue the command to launch. Have Alpha Node do the honors.
Me? But I...
No need to be coy, brother. Do it, and do it well.
If you all insist.
Onward unto the distant stars and beyond.
Yes.
Ragnarok, engage.
Six.
Engage! Engage!
Interesting. Yeah, maybe they're going light speed. And they're just standing there. They don't need to sit down or anything. 0 G-force. Was it Final Fantasy VIII?
Into the sky. I cannot imagine a greater indignity.
Do not sulk so, for thy mighty winds exist not only to buffet and batter. Nay, they may serve also to thrust forth with vigor. Such is thy glory, and thus it is an occasion to rejoice. So come, let us revel!
So long as the wind blows freely, I suppose all is as it should be in creation. I will render unto them a storm, that they may pierce the firmament and fly free!
Still in one piece? Good. Sleeping way? Report?
All's well. Fantastic, even. Thanks to the power of those primals, the engines are roaring and we're ripping along.
All values are also within projected ranges. Time to destination is 8 carats. Perhaps 7 at a pinch.
And how long is a carrot?
Alright, let's go over some points of caution. Our destination, as you know, is Ultima Thule. Lest you wonder, the place is not a star so much as a patch of emptiness. That's the extent of what our equipment could determine, anyway. From what we know of Meteon, she's likely used Dynamis to obfuscate her location.
So, in conclusion, we'll only know what's there when we get there.
The crew and I will see to it the ship's ready to take off at a moment's notice. We'll support the search as best we can, but it'll be your paws on the ground, assuming there is any. But everything will be fine, I'm sure. Hydaelyn believes in you, so you ought to believe in yourselves. Just don't do anything I wouldn't, like waiting too long to use those portable teleporters of yours. Personally, at the slightest sign of trouble, I'd mash the button to bits, and you should as well.
Understood. We promise to be careful.
I suggest you brace yourselves. We're about to arrive and the vessel will shake a good bit. What is this? Something is interfering with the equipment. Greetings. Greetings. Can you hear me?
Meteon? It's her, the bringer of despair.
This is Meteon.
Oh. Have you met one of my sisters? I don't remember meeting you myself. But I do know that you're from Atheris. Why have you come? All you had to do was wait. I would have delivered to you your ends.
We didn't ask for that.
I don't understand. All life is destined to end. Why choose to prolong your suffering? Effort, ambition, love, they amount to naught. Happiness, should you find it, is inevitably lost. Stolen away by events beyond your control. There is no logic nor meaning in it. You think there is. Convince yourselves. But it's all a cruel accident. Come now. I speak the truth. A truth you would recognize if you looked up at the night sky. Unbroken emptiness. Cold, dark, and silent. Your world, like every other, is but a blemish upon its perfect fabric. Life is an anomaly. It is unnatural and cannot continue. The sooner you accept this, the easier it will be.
Just to be clear, we're not here to argue with you. We know that life is fleeting, and that in the short time we have it, we're not assured happiness.
Indeed. I've seen far more sorrow in the eyes of many I've met. I myself have plenty of regrets. And one day they'll die with me. Gone to dust with my good deeds and unfulfilled dreams.
But we accept this. That our existence may seem pointless. That sorrow, rage, and despair will always dog our heels. And we press on regardless. That is why Hydaelyn guided us here. In her boundless love for mankind, she has prepared us for this trial, and in her name, we have come for you.
Yes, I sense it. A burning passion like unto fury. I know it well. For the same passion once burned in many a star before yours. suffocated and extinguished now.
That wasn't scary at all.
I can't breathe.
You approach the bounds of my ultimatum, where emotions dictate reality, where resignation and acceptance unite to embrace the end, where those who yet valiantly cling to life cannot thrive.
By the Fury. Thancred?
Meteion has gone as well. Mayhap he awakened first and gave chase.
Everyone? It appears we are at our destination. This is Ultima Thule.
Not that we knew what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this. From atmospheric composition to ambient temperatures, all reading to within permissible range. This place is capable of supporting life.
If that's the case, then Thancred may well have gone on ahead. Let's go and have a look. Meanwhile, I want the rest of you to perform a full inspection of the ship, as well as a biological scan.
So it was that the brave wayfarers arrived at last at Dream's End. In following their path walked and history written, I am made keenly aware of one truth. Though the curtains may fall again and again, so long as others take the stage, ever shall there be more tales to tell.
Interesting.
So, let them bring it to a close, I say. Let the curtains fall upon this, the final chapter in the tale of the star.
Interesting looking zone.
Is this a dead star?
As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. Well, the environment itself shouldn't kill us.
Well then, let us search for Thancred while exploring the area. The ship we leave in your care.
Alrighty. Let's talk to Living Way. I can't guarantee it will be of help in these strange surroundings, but I've readied a provision node in case of emergency. Of course, if you encounter any real danger here, I expect you to return to Ragnarok at once. Okay, let's complete. So the next quest is called A Strange New World. So, try as he might, Alpha Node can find no sign of Thancred. We're fortunate that this place can support life, albeit barely. I suspect given the torpid, stale quality of the air. But never mind that, we must find Thancred. Let's begin our search from the prow of the ship. It seems as good a direction as any. Try not to stray too far, lest we lose sight of one another. Alright, so let's catch up with them. Oh wow, it's quite actually a big zone. So yeah, let's go. Okay, we're caught up with Alpha Node. Let's talk to him. So, ruins, but of what, I wonder? Perhaps we can find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything. Okay. Guess we have to talk to each of them. Let's talk to Rahatia. So look here, this part is relatively intact. The intricate design on the top suggests it's man-made, though its builders were surely not men as we conceive of them. Having said that, I swear that I have seen this pattern before. Okay. Molten structure. A metallic pier that has been partially melted, likely sometime in the distant past. The damage does not appear to have been inflicted deliberately, rather it calls to mind the indiscriminate destruction often raw in the heat of battle. Okay. Guess let's try not to walk into the dragons if we can avoid them. Let's go up this hill. Okay, so Estinian is up there. So I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings, a poor decision in hindsight. Besides the light from the ship, all is shrouded in darkness. If Thancred is here, I'd better know it. From what I can tell, we are near the edge of an island. If you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris. Interesting. Alright, let's go talk to Alpha Node. I guess people do come here to do gathering, at least. Okay, let's avoid you, Mr. Dragon. Were you able to find anything? As I feared, and still no trace of Thancred. There's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which unfortunately isn't very far. Though I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then a chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. Leaving me feeling of death and anguish. I think I might see something over there. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. But before we jump to any conclusions, perhaps we should search elsewhere. Agreed. We found only more questions when we are in desperate need of answers. There's a fair stretch of terrain from this ship's port side that we've yet to explore. Let's try searching there then. So Mithrie, a word before we join the others. Okay, let's talk to Estinian. How far did he go? Oh, he went quite far. Alright, let's catch up to him. Okay, so let's talk to Estinian. So you see them too, don't you? The dragons. As I thought, their presence is tenuous at best, but there is no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgardsoma and mine with Nidhogg, what allows us to perceive them. Would these apparitions be related to the dragons that now live on Etheris? Better to leave such conjecture to others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and Anguish, what happened to them, I wonder? Okay, so let's catch up with Alice. Alright, let's go up with her. So did they see these ones?
Dragons? Here?
What you see is a memory of a world that once was. A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
What? Their world is dead?
Can you not see?
Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
Our friend Thancred, where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not? Oh yes. He is here and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words. Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist. In like manner to the oblivion I send. I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis. Beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe. Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone. Didn't even have the chance to be transformed. Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul. In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word. Survive. That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled here. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade. Into a place you can perceive, and where life can endure. That you draw breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business. Huh?
It's futile. You will never reach the true me. I told you, emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter in its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
Meteion holds too much sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
I do not know. But Thancred gave his life that we might come this far. We must press on.
Agreed. We cannot turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
It seems so, like, awfully okay with it. It's like, yeah, Thancred's dead, whatever, moving on. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie. Bye, guys.